You would never want to start a business that is going to fail. And if you skip this step, that's basically what you're going to set yourself up to do. And don't think I've forgotten about our giveaway winner that I will be announcing a little bit later in the video. In last week's video, we spoke about the 5 questions you can ask yourself in order to get yourself started and figure out what type of business actually makes sense for you by figuring out who are you at your core in terms of what you're passionate about, what you already have access to, what you're naturally good at, what are your experiences, and what have been your skills over the years. So this is the video up there. If you haven't taken a look at it, you really should do that first and come right back to this video, because we are continuing from there to put it all together to see what type of business really will work for you. So in today's video, I want to talk you through the next stage, which is actually putting it all together and looking at the options that you have before you in order to find a business that is suitable, that is feasible, and profitable. What I mean by suitable, obviously, is that it's for you based on the 5 areas that we looked at last week. Feasible meaning it's doable, that you can see yourself doing it, you have the resources and you have what it takes to be able to get yourself figured out for that particular business. And then when I say profitable, I mean it's gonna make you money, because you're not getting into business for kicks and giggles. You're doing it to fulfill your call, you're doing it to follow your passion, you're doing it to make money. Let's just be real. So today, those are the 3 things that we're gonna really just look at. Now, keep in mind that all of this really does require work. It requires a lot of research before you can even start your business and open your doors, because obviously if you're gonna embark on a journey that you've never gone on before, the wise thing would be to figure out where exactly are you going? Why do you really want to go there? Is it that serious? Do you need to go there? How are you gonna get there? And what route will you take? First of all, you want to find options of businesses you can start that are suitable for you. Now, what we're basically going to do is compile your pages assessment and see what comes up. Now, the longer route you can take in figuring out some options for businesses that are suitable for you would be to sit and think about the types of businesses you can open based on your pages analysis, or asking people, looking at the types of businesses that people with your similar skills and experiences, etc., already are operating. Luckily, it's not 1980, so there's not just the internet, but we have what is known as artificial intelligence, or AI, that can do all this work for us. I know, you're probably thinking,
AI, no, they're gonna take over the world and eat all of us just now, so we shouldn't really deal up with that.
but let's make some money before they do that. I'm obviously joking. I know AI won't eat all of us. So you may already know about ChatGPT, and if you don't, you need to crawl out of that rock that you've been under for the last maybe 6 months to a year. ChatGPT is basically an AI tool or a website that you can go on and ask it whatever question you want, and it's gonna give you the answers with 85-ish% accuracy. I like to use ChatGPT for a number of purposes, but there are other AI tools out there that work just as well or are actually better in some ways. For example, there is Bard, B-A-R-D, which is run by Google. Bard actually has the advantage over ChatGPT because it uses the most recent data to give you your results, whereas ChatGPT accesses data from up to 2021, I believe. So what you basically do is type in your pages assessment into ChatGPT and ask it, what type of businesses can I start with these qualities or with these factors? I actually did it to just see what will happen, because obviously I can't do a video without doing it first, right? So I want to walk you through what I did. I went to chat.openai.com. I already have an account, so you may need to sign up if you don't have one. I typed in, what are 15 businesses someone can start who loves to talk, has 15 years experience teaching and owning businesses, recently bought a new home, loves to encourage people. That's all I put in. You may wish to be less or more specific if you want, but that's what I put in. And as you can see here, these are the options that it gave to me. And I already can see that the information that it produced was in line with my life. If you notice, making YouTube videos, creating content, talking about business, even teaching, giving lessons, after school lessons, things like that came up. I hate giving lessons, so I would never want to do that after regular working hours. So that wouldn't work for me, but you can see the kinds of good information that actually comes up. Now, you can ask it for different options if you don't like what you saw, or if you went through what you saw and you feel like, nah, none of that really speaks to me. You can ask it for more options than just 15 to 20. You could ask it for 100. It could probably give you that. I don't know. I didn't try, but I'm pretty sure it can. Even if you don't see something on the list, you may be able to just get an idea based on what is on the list. So that's one of the easiest ways to come up with options to begin with, and really just narrow things down from there. Hey, by the way, if this video is adding value to your entrepreneurship journey, please like and subscribe. And also share this video with somebody who might be on a similar journey. Now let's talk about feasibility and profitability. Remember, I said feasibility meaning it's doable, so you can see yourself actually doing it, and profitability meaning you can actually make money from this. Once you've narrowed down your list from online, you can now go through that smaller pool of options and ask yourself a few questions. Obviously, the first thing you can ask is, which of these speaks to me the most? Which of these really feels like it would excite me? I would feel passionate about doing this thing every day. Which of these things I can really see myself investing a lot of my time, money, resources, effort into? Which of these businesses really can fall in line with my current resources and lifestyle? The next step is actually super important. You want to look at the existing market demand. You would never want to start a business that is going to fail. And if you skip this step, that's basically what you're going to set yourself up to do. Because you need to ask yourself, well, is there a demand for this particular good or service? Meaning, do people actually want this type of good or service? And just as important, are they willing to pay for it? Because it may be accessible to some people and they don't have to pay for it. There are a lot of other questions under this that you can ask, but definitely you need to ask yourself, is there a need? You may need to do further research in order to determine whether or not there is a need for it. But you can't just go on, well, I want it, or I would want it, so there is a need. You are not everyone. You may be one of the few people who do want it. Once you've determined that there is a definite need for this particular good or service, the next step is to determine, who is my target audience? Who exactly do I want to reach? What type of people want this good or service? What type of people will pay for this good or service? How old are they? What is their sex? Where do they live? How do they shop? Do they shop online? Do they shop in person? If it's online, is it TikTok? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? What kind of money do they make? You want to be able to know who you're targeting. It's going to help you with pricing. It's going to help you with the specific goods and services that you're going to offer. These are the things you have to think about, because remember, as I said in the last video, business is all about meeting a need. And you can't want to meet a need if you're not interested in finding out, well, what is that need? You can ask yourself, well, what is the industry currently offering that people really are going after? Or on the flip side, what are the current gaps in the industry that people are not being given? These are the questions that you definitely need to start asking yourself. So at this point, I want to pause to announce our giveaway winner. The winner is Christian Archibald. Congratulations. I'm really excited about meeting with you for your free business coaching session. The next step would be to analyze or assess your competition. So some of the things you can ask yourself about this is, well, who are the people out there who are already providing the thing that you want to provide, the goods or the services that you want to provide? Who is their target audience? Who are they catering to? What are the needs that they're meeting? What are the needs that they're not meeting? And think about it. If you want to find out these things, you do need to go and stalk their socials. Go to their actual business place. If it's you want to supply furniture, go to Courts, go to Standards, go to the different furniture stores. If you want to do an online business, go to their business page and look around, check out the comments, look at their stories. And don't think people don't really do this, you know. Just as I stalk people, people stalk me. I have a number of followers on my Instagram page of people who actually own businesses within my same area. I'm very aware that they're watching my stories and following and liking my pictures or whatever. And I'm fine with it because I do it too. One of the most prominent people in my field of business is actually the person who inspired me to start my business. And it was because I was, doing my due diligence, analyzing and assessing my competition. And I realized that, I could do it. And I didn't feel threatened or feel like, well, the competition is too stiff and things are oversaturated in the market. But I definitely started by looking at what she was doing and really taking note of what I wanted to do and what I did not want to do. And it really did help me to the point where now I don't even see her as my competition anymore. I definitely see her as someone who is just alongside me doing something similar, because I feel like I've carved out a niche within the niche for myself, because my business model is not the same as hers. We definitely have gone down two different lanes in terms of the types of goods that we provide. But I definitely did need to start somewhere by looking at the competition. And it wasn't just her, it was a couple other businesses, but she was the main one. I definitely needed to take a look at the businesses that were already doing the things that I sort of wanted to do in order to get an idea of where can I fill a gap. And I decided I would fill specific gaps that she wasn't filling and that they weren't filling either. So I don't know if you may feel overwhelmed because it's a lot of research that you actually have to do. There's a lot of groundwork that you need to do before you start your business. You can't just start a business and not do any of the background work. One of the things is that it's going to cause you to lack focus and direction. If you don't know where you're going, then every single step that you make will really be a shot in the dark. And that's going to lead to wasting time, wasting money. And that's not something you want to do in the beginning stages of your business. You need to know exactly why you're spending this money and why you're taking the time to do this thing or that thing in order to meet specific goals that you've set out. So it really is crucial for you to take the time upfront to map out what is the thing that I want to offer people. Do people want it? Do they want to pay for it? Who are these people who are willing to pay for it? What are the existing businesses that do these same things, that supply these same goods or services? And what are they doing that seems to be working for them? And what are they doing that seems to not be working for them? What are the gaps that I can fill? And how can I set myself apart as a unique business in this industry? If you take the time to consider these things, you are going to realize that you're not wasting time, you're not wasting resources, and you're not missing opportunities to actually make an impact in your industry and obviously make money. Now, there are just a couple other things you'll need to consider in your final planning stages before you launch your business. And these are the things I want to talk about in an upcoming video. Thanks so much for watching. This is Nizelle from Trini Business Life. Bye.